Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel more peaceful when you're alone than when you're around people? Not lonely, just quiet, just calm. Maybe you enjoy sitting in silence, thinking, reflecting, and sometimes you even avoid crowds because they feel overwhelming. If that sounds like you, there's something interesting happening in your psychology. Because people who prefer solitude often think very differently from the average person. And today, we're going to explore why. First, think about this. Why do so many people feel uncomfortable being alone? The moment silence appears, they reach for their phone. They turn on the TV. They call someone. Anything to avoid being alone with their thoughts. But if you prefer solitude, you probably do the opposite. You might actually enjoy those quiet moments. And psychology suggests this often means you have a stronger connection with your inner world. You're not constantly trying to escape your own mind. You're exploring it. Now here's another question. Do you notice things about people that others seem to miss? People who enjoy solitude are often strong observers. Instead of constantly talking, they spend more time watching, listening, and thinking. They notice small behaviors, small changes in tone, subtle emotions. This makes them surprisingly good at understanding human nature. But there's another important reason some people prefer solitude: energy. Social interaction requires mental energy. For certain personalities, especially reflective and introverted people, being around others for long periods can feel exhausting. Not because they dislike people, but because their mind processes everything deeply. Solitude becomes a way to recharge, a way to reset their mental balance. Now let's talk about something most people misunderstand. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. Loneliness is painful. It's the feeling of being disconnected from others. But solitude is different. Solitude is when you're alone and you're perfectly okay with it. In fact, sometimes you prefer it because it gives you space to think, space to breathe, space to understand yourself. Let me ask you one more question. When was the last time you sat alone without any distraction? No phone, no music, no conversation, just your thoughts. For many people, that situation feels uncomfortable. But for those who embrace solitude, it's where clarity begins. It's where creativity grows. It's where they reconnect with who they really are. So if you sometimes feel different because you enjoy being alone, don't assume something is wrong. In many cases, it means your mind simply values depth over noise, reflection over distraction, and meaning over constant activity. Sometimes the most powerful